Greetings, guys. Okay, so making this video from scratch, we're going to be talking about the top secret fish that are low-key delicacies. Okay, so I love fishing. I've been fishing for years, and over the years I got to find out that it's not the best idea to ask people questions about fishing and ask people questions about fish, because I've done that over the years of me fishing and I've gotten different answers from different people. Specifically what I'm talking about in this video today: top secret fish that are low-key delicacies. Fish that you probably caught and probably threw back thinking that you couldn't eat it, not knowing that it's probably the best fish that you'll ever eat. So starting at number 5, getting straight into it, the pufferfish. I can't tell you how much times I've caught this fish. If you are from Florida, you should know about this fish. In some areas, this fish is caught so commonly that it's known as a pest. It's known as a pest. However, this fish is known to be the sea drumstick. The sea drumstick. They call it the sea drumstick because of how it looks after it's skinned and beheaded. It looks like a drumstick. Now get this, not only does it look like a drumstick, but it's said that the pufferfish actually tastes like chicken. Now I've never ate this fish personally, but to tell you guys the truth, I don't really believe people when they say that this fish tastes like chicken. You know, I've asked people how gator tastes and they told me it tastes like chicken. So my question is, do pufferfish taste like gator? You guys get what I'm trying to say? And that's also why I stopped asking people their opinions on how a fish tastes. Yes, they can give me an example like, you know, it's flaky, it tastes similar to a snapper or a grouper, but at the end of the day, you may go up to 2 other people and ask them their opinion. They tell you different things, so you can't go off of what a person thinks. You have to taste it for yourself. I've also included some of these fish in this list. I've talked to people about these fish and they told me that they're not edible whatsoever. So it's a matter of you going fishing and trying what you think you want to try, trying what you're interested in trying. You know what I mean? So the pufferfish. As for me, I'm not interested in trying the pufferfish, but if you're interested in trying the pufferfish, you catch it and you carry it home and you want to prepare it, listen to me. Please know what you're doing before you make this fish. This fish has to be skinned and cooked thoroughly because it contains poison. I do not want you guys to poison yourself. Please do not prepare this fish if you don't know what you're doing. In countries like China, this fish is actually known as a high-quality seafood dish, surprisingly. And I believe that they serve it as sushi. I've actually seen Andrew Zimmern eat it on Bizarre Foods. Very interesting. So, as much as I said I'm not interested in it, if it was around me and it was already cooked and someone had it prepared who I could trust and I know that they know what they're doing, I would try it, but it's not something that, I'm pressed on actually catching and trying myself. So that's just my opinion on it. Moving on to number 4, you have the porkfish grunt. The porkfish grunt is in the grunt family, obviously. And you can't miss it. It's a yellow fish. What threw me off about this fish and not wanting to eat it is it looks like an aquarium fish. Most of these fish that, you think twice about eating are fish that looks like aquarium type fish. And usually those are not the type of fish that are known as good eating fish. I have 2 of them in this video, by the way. The porkfish grunt and the Dr. Fish tang. So the porkfish grunt, I actually searched this fish up and I heard that there have been cases of ciguataria poisoning in consumption. So it's not something that I ate frequently, but I have tried the porkfish grunt to tell you, yes, the rumors, if I can call them rumors, what you hear about the porkfish grunt being a good tasting fish, being a low-key good tasting fish, a low-key secret delicacy, is true. The first time I tasted it, I couldn't believe that it tastes this good. It tastes actually like common grunts, which is a gray grunt. It really tastes like the gray grunt with its own little taste to it. And it's a pretty good eating fish. So if you guys ever catch the porkfish grunt and you want to try it out, yes you can. I've never got ciguatera poisoning from it. I believe that it depends on the size of the fish. I know that as for barracuda, that's what depends. I heard that it's best you eat the smaller barracudas, because the larger barracudas, they eat literally anything that they see, including these poisonous fish that can also be spread through consumption. So I want to eat, you know, barracudas that are too big. I would stick to the smaller barracudas, and barracudas is a good eating fish, by the way, but it's not in this video. It's not part of this video. Of course, I would have said number 3. Moving on, number 3, the Dr. Fish Tang. I know about this fish being a good tasting fish and a top secret Lowkey delicacy, because it's actually known as one of the traditional dishes in a lot of these Caribbean islands. Even the islands that my family is from, getting that the island that my family is from, we know this fish, and it's one of our favorite fish. You know, I tried it once, and it's definitely one of my favorite fish. It's definitely up there. You know, the Dr. Fish Tang. As I said, just like the porkfish grunt, it throws you off because of how it looks. It looks like an aquarium fish. If you look at the Dr. Fish Tang, it's very beautiful, and it's something that you'd want in your saltwater tank. So you don't think, eat. As for my country, not my country, but the country that my family is from, they typically make it in a soup known as Dr. Fish Tea. Dr. Fish Tea. Very good, guys. Number 2, look down, also known as moonfish. This fish is very interesting. I mean, it's a very interesting fish. I love the color. I was always fascinated with the color of this fish and how it looks. What makes you think twice about eating this fish is because it's a flat fish. It's probably the flattest fish you'll ever see. This fish almost looks like, it's almost as flat as a piece of paper. You know what I mean? I've caught all different sizes of these moonfish, and even the biggest ones that I've caught, they're still very flat. It's a very flat fish, so it's like you don't think there's much meat on the fish that's flat, so you think twice about eating it. It was actually a fishing buddy that told one of my family members about them eating the fish and how good it tastes, and then we tried it for ourselves. And let me tell you guys this: once you prepare that fish right, we fried it whole, we didn't cut it up. Once you prepare that fish right and fry it, I promise you, it feels like more meat comes out of nowhere. It's no different than if you were to keep a snapper the same size of the moonfish that you caught and fry it up. It's a lot of meat on it. I tell you guys no lie. I tell you guys no lie, and it's a very good tasting fish. It's a fish that I'd recommend. I would say, I would give it, which is why I'm putting it in second place. I think that, you know, it's a very good tasting fish, but I think that the needlefish overpasses it by far. Alright guys, so lastly is the needlefish. The minute you take a look at this fish, you would immediately know why someone would be hesitant to take this fish home and try to prepare it as a meal. First of all, a needlefish is long, has an elongated body, and it's slim. It's a very slim and narrow fish. And because of this, just like the look down, you wouldn't expect there to be a lot of meat on a fish that slim. Once again, just like the look down, it got recommended to me by a family member's friend. I told myself that the next time I catch one, I'm going to take it home and cook it for myself and try it for myself. And we did just that. And one thing that I should tell you about this fish, because I know that if you're watching this video, you're probably, the next time you catch one, you're probably going to try it out for yourself. One thing I should tell you before you do it, and so this doesn't scare you, is this fish is going to have, some of them, not all of them, but some of these fish actually have green and blue flesh. Yes, needlefish. Some of these needlefish have green and blue meats. So when you see that, it's going to look a little alien-like. It's going to look a little scary. It's going to look a little weird, like something that you shouldn't be eating. But I've actually seen this in fish before. Different color meats, other than white, pink, you know, the common colors. But despite the green or blue meat that may be on the needlefish that you try it out. It was very good, and I recommend eating it. It was very good. It has its own flavor. It has its own texture. It's something that you can't compare to any other fish. I'm telling you, I stopped asking people how fish tastes. You need to eat fish to actually get, you know, understanding of how this fish tastes, how is this fish's texture. You know, someone can explain it as flaky, near to snapper, tasting similar to snapper, tasting similar to grouper. And I'm not talking about needlefish, I'm just giving an example. But until you actually taste the fish for yourself, you can't really know. Yeah, so needlefish. Needlefish gets first place. That was the best tasting fish for me out of all the 5, by far. You know, something I'd recommend you to try. And I also recommend you to not ask people how fish taste, but try these fish for yourself, because you're always going to get a different opinion, a different answer, and it's not going to add up. It's best you try it for yourself. Just like a lot of other things in life, you know. But yeah, needlefish, also known as houndfish, look down, Dr. Fish tang, porkfish grunt, and pufferfish. These are all fish that are edible. As I said, it's just the pufferfish that you have to know how to prepare. Make sure that you skin this fish before you prepare it. Make sure you know what you're doing before you prepare this fish, because I don't want you to poison yourself. If you guys like the video, prove it by pressing the like button, subscribe, share. Thank you guys for watching. Keep up my channel. I really appreciate it. Have a good day. All love.